8:57, basically 9 o'clock. Clothes and stuff right here. Yeah. Testing 1 2. So it's your boy B Miles, and this is a program that I'm creating. It's called 30 Minutes every Saturday at the Garbage Gallery. Let me turn the speaker down. 1 2 tester. That's much better. So, you know, 30 minutes every Saturday at the Garbage Gallery, presented by Phone Tag Live. Of course, I got the Phone Tag Live mic. And it's just going to be, a variety program, featuring conversation, interviews, and project updates. Um, and it's presented by the Garbage Gallery, hosted by me, Sir Benny Miles. So I chose this layout this week because so you can see if I had a guest, they'll be right there in that seat, and I'll be right here in this seat, and we be conversating. Pull that over a little bit more so it's a little more balanced. We be conversating, me and this person. But I put out an ad, nobody responded, so I'm doing it by myself again. And I guess I'll talk about where I'm at right now in life. You know, I'm on a immediate 30-day suspension from my job from New York City. I work for New York City HRA. For those of you who don't know what that means, that's the Human Resource Administration. I work for a unit called RAP Renewals, where I assist people by paying their rent. The city gives out, what do you call these? Vouchers. They give out vouchers that allows people to have their rent paid in whole or by in part by the city of New York. I forgot what they call them. I'm trying to think of a certain word. Subsidy. Yeah. It's a rent subsidy. So a lot of these apartments, because the rent keeps going up so high, and they know people can't keep up with these rents. People are not making this kind of money. People's income is not increasing as quickly as the expenses. So the city has to come out with ways to help people supplement the expenses of daily life by creating these subsidies, these vouchers. So I applied for one myself because, they don't really pay you a lot of money when you work for New York City. Contrary to belief, New York City employees don't make a lot of money. But it's a stable job, it has good health benefits, and, it helps you keep afloat until you find something better. A lot of times people have to have more than one job when they work for the city. So you work for the city, and then you'll have a side gig or a little side hustle where you know, make ends meet. But I was suspended, man. I got a 30-day suspension. And it's because I'm just not one of these people that can allow the so-called upper management to manhandle me. You know, they're so abusive to their workers. They abuse the workers verbally, mentally, probably physically in some cases with some of these people. They're violating the standing contracts, agreements, policy and procedure. And what people don't realize is the city has a way of keeping all of your grievances or your complaints within the agency walls where they are the judge and the jury. So it's like being in Las Vegas. You know, in Las Vegas, if you've ever been out there, you've probably heard the expression, the house never loses. They never lose money in Las Vegas. And it's like that in the agency, man. The house never loses, man, because they the judge and the jury. So whether you're wrong or whether you're right, they win it. Because they're going to give the decision. They're going to make the final decision, and they're going to make the final decision benefit them. So they're usually going to win, and you're going to lose. And I just can't go for that, man. They can't do that to me. I always tell them, like, I'm from the streets, and one of the sayings we have from the streets is the streets is always watching. Streets is always watching. Everybody from the streets knows that. You might not see who's watching, but somebody's watching. And the other thing that I always tell them is we survive by respect on the streets. Meaning, if you allow someone to compromise your respect or respect for you, somebody saw that. And guess what they thinking? It's they turn next to violate you. So it's just second nature. Like, you can't violate me, man. I'm not even having that. It's like a reflex for me to check you. And so, they kept trying me, trying, and anytime they tried it, I'd check them, and I would say stuff like, because, when I go to work, I wear a bow tie with these thick glasses, and I look kind of nerdy. And it's a disguise. I was looking for a disguise like that because a lot of times I was noticing, even though I'm a little guy, for a little guy my size, people seem to be so intimidated by me. Everywhere I went, trying to go for interviews and all kind of stuff, it's like I always felt this energy where the people felt like I was a threat. So I said I need to soften up my look or something. I used to try not to look in their eyes and try to not look in their face and look down, but it ain't work. So I developed this look with the bow tie and the glasses, and it worked. It worked too well. People started thinking they could violate me, and I would have to tell them, yo, don't get these, don't get this bow tie and these glasses confused. I have a street side. The last girl I told that to, it's a black girl too. She got so intimidated, she ran up and was my supervisor. And I only told her that because she was about to cross the line and like she could just, you know, violate me and abuse me and say talk to me any kind of way. It's not what you say most of the time, it's how you say it that can be offensive. You can say the simplest thing, but with the wrong tone or the wrong, how you say it, and it can come out so disrespectful. So I uh I told her I have a street sign and she ran off and she complained. Next thing I know, I'm getting the write up from my director saying I I'm she gave me a directive that I cannot say street She wrote me up. Then she gave me a directive and said I can't say street in the office because of how it could be misinterpreted and intimidating to some of my coworkers. But it was weird because that statement of me saying I have a street side, by the time it came back to me, she was telling me I can't say I'm going to shoot up the office. I said, I never said I'm going to shoot up the office. I don't know where you got that from. Someone's putting words in my mouth. If that's what you were told, I said, I'll tell you exactly what I said. I said, I have a street side. So I got a write up for saying I have a street side because of how that could be misinterpreted and how someone can feel threatened by that. But she didn't have an issue with someone saying I said I'm going to shoot up the office and how that can be misinterpreted and how that can be threatening to my life. Because if they would have went outside to a police officer and said, "There's a young black man in the office, and he said he's going to shoot up the office," they wouldn't have come in there to do an investigation. Hey, how you doing? Come on in. They would have came ready to shoot. Hold on a second. You want to do a quick little interview? I'm doing this thing I do every Saturday. It's called 30 Minutes every Saturday at the Garbage Gallery. And this is my second one, and I didn't have a guest. So I could interview you a little. I was talking about my job at HRA and how I'm on a 30-day suspension, whatever. So I have a guest now. This young lady, I'm gonna let her introduce herself. She's from around the neighborhood. She's an artist. And we're probably going to collaborate on some projects soon. So I'll hand her the mic and she'll tell you more about herself.
Hello, my name is Gravity, Queen of Love and Hope. I'm a singer, songwriter, performer, artist, writer, model of like figure painting and body painting, and I do underwater modeling. I do whatever because otherwise life would be boring. Yeah. So.
So tell us how long. Yeah, let's do this like an interview. Um, so this will be my guest for this episode number 2 of 30 Minutes every Saturday at the Garbage Gallery. You know this is the Garbage Gallery, right? That's what I call it. Only because I can't move those garbage cans. So I said, how can I incorporate that into my name? I knew I was going to do a gallery. So I was like, the Garbage Gallery flows off the tongue. That's really nice. So that's what it became. So tell us, how long have you been, what would you more consider yourself, an artist or a creator? And how long have you been?
Since I've been born, um, I'm both, a little both. I mean, I create music. I mean, art is creation, right? So,
There's a reason why I said it.
what?
I'll tell you. I always ask people, what's the highest title you think a person can aspire to be? And I like to see them go through all the different titles: king, czar, president, all those things. And then I've come to the conclusion the highest title a person can aspire to be is a creator. You know, the highest title that you cannot aspire to be is the creator. There's only one. But we're right under him. We are a creator, but there are many of us. See what I'm saying? So I was like, that's the highest title you can aspire to be is a creator, right under the creator. And we actually do just that. We manifest things out of thin air, and then we create things, and we deliver it to the world. So that's where I came up with that. But let me let you get back to, you're a creator, been doing this since birth, and just like tell people, what do you find so fulfilling about being that?
Well, with my music, especially, I really like when I just even play one song, whether it's mine or a cover song or whatever, and I can just make them cry in one song. Yeah. Make them feel the feels that they're either didn't know they were capable of feeling or wouldn't let themselves feel. A lot of people don't let themselves feel. And we always get like people would be like, "Oh, you feel too much or you're too emotional." Blah, blah, blah. Like if you don't feel it and let it out, even if it's just like a scream, people are like, "Oh my god, why are you screaming?" I just had to scream. I'm fine now. You know what I mean? Like kids throw temper tantrums sometimes and then they're fine. You don't berate them. But like once you get into an adult, it's like screaming is not good.
I think I think that's what makes artists so important and our work so important to the world is because it creates that outlet where people can release those emotions. And I've come to realize that that's the definitive, that's where art becomes great, is when it can tap into those emotions. Doesn't matter what it is. It could be happy, it could be angry, it could be sad, whatever it is. If you create something that really makes that emotion or stimulates that emotion in the viewer, then it's like flawless. I would say, yeah.
Um, and also lately, I've been getting a lot more people to to sing with me who especially with the ukulele when I just like pull it out and sing little songs. Like people have been singing around me so much more, and people who are always like, "Oh my god, I can't sing. I like my voice," all that stuff. Everybody can sing, and to get better at anything, you have to practice. And or just sometimes it's even simple exercises that can help you sing so much better or hear the notes, something like that. Even my mother, I she is not as proficient as I am. But like the last one of the last times I went home, I gave her a little voice lesson and she was matching all the pitches, even though she keeps saying, "Oh, I can't do it. I can't do it." I'm like, "See, you're doing it. You just have to." People want, just like with this culture, sometimes everyone wants immediate gratification. It's not going to happen. You're going to do it over and over and over. And one day you're going to get that aha moment.
Can I give a word of encouragement? I want to just say something in response to that, what she just said. Okay. A lot of times, people are trying to mimic or imitate someone else's singing, and your vocals might not be the same as that person. In that regard, you might consider yourself not being able to sing. So I think it becomes a matter of finding your song, the words that your voice fits to. You ever notice some words you can't sing? Doesn't matter how hard you try, it just can't come out to a tune, to a sound. But some words is really like effortless for you to say or sing. So I think it becomes a matter of picking the right words and the right song for the person. And also, people need to realize beauty is in the eye of the beholder. Like even someone with a scratchy sounding voice or a really awkward pitch might resonate so crazy to the right person that needs, because it's frequencies. It really comes down to its frequencies. Sounds are frequencies, right? And each of us have our own frequency that we're tuned into, right? And so I'm thinking there's also that same fact with audiences. There are different demographics and audiences which would resonate more with a certain frequency. Now we know it's typical or commercial, right? But I think there's also some what you would call novelty that might not necessarily sound what the commercial stuff sounds like, but it still might resonate in you because it's novel. It's so unique, but it's hitting certain notes that it might make you feel that emotion more than the commercial songs. You think? Yeah.
Well, I had that problem too because I went to school here for musical theater and I didn't have that kind of voice. And I didn't get into my performing arts high school in my city because I couldn't belt. But according to their standards, yeah. But I guess I also didn't understand the technique and everything. And if I practiced, maybe I could. But like now, I don't even. I'm glad I don't have that voice. I'm glad I didn't try to get that. I'm studying to teach voice actually, and there's so many different parts of it. And when you learn how to combine, like sometimes I practice singing like this, just because it opens that.
Or you go into the front voice and practice like Lois Griffin or whatever.
But like just feeling it all in there, and
There, you just said it right there. That's what I'm focused on. That feeling.
yeah,
If you really get into the song, emotional, like to me, it's all about feeling it, and people can tell when it's genuine. See what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So when you're really into it and it's genuine, when you really into it and it's genuine, I don't care what art you using as a medium. It could be singing, it could be comedy, it could be whatever it is. When you into it and the emotional connection is sincere, it's something that resonates and people connect with that. Do you know I was watching a documentary about Eddie Murphy? And he said, girls, I'm telling you. And in the documentary, it said that Eddie Murphy was in a like a comedy competition, and he came dead last. And now he's like one of the biggest comedians. Like sometimes that also helps propel the person. 'Cause I bet you the person who came in first is still unknown. No one knows that person. They felt so accomplished at winning first place that it stopped the drive. Like they probably took for granted. I'm gonna blow up. I'm gonna be the funniest person, and we probably don't even know who that person is right now. And Eddie Murphy came in dead last, and now he's like a comic genius, and we all know his name.
or they just didn't get it at the time. And I feel like a lot of people didn't get me, and I had to find people who would let me be who I am. Because I also did not understand my emotions for a long time. Like I was on medication for like 13 years.
What's your son?
Did my thing with signs is that does everybody in that sign act the same? I don't know. I'm hesitant about astrology sometimes. It's fun, but I'm like, what if we just told each other we were something else? Would we just fit into that? Because like, we hear it so much, oh, you're this, so you must be like this. But like I always had this theory that some of the horoscopes in the paper, like they just filter, they make 367 a year or 65. I don't know how many days in a year. Where did I add 2 days?
Under your sign, like, do you feel like you're similar to other people that's similar signs?
People are always like, oh yeah, you're that.
So
But
they kind of like they contradict you a little by.
well, they never guess it, but then once they hear it, no, sometimes they do. But like, those little things that say like, if you're an Aries, you do this. If you're a Taurus, you do this. I feel like it's
Which one?
a lot of them. What do you think I am?
What, a Scorpion?
Oh wow, very good.
Huh?
Very good.
Sounds right.
Yeah.
Oh, see. Well, I said that only because I like the Scorpion, and you giving off of energy. I only go by energy. I'm very sensitive to energy, and Scorpions who I've met in the past that made me start to become very receptive to being able to pick the Scorpions is there. It's an energy of. It's a freeness to the Scorpion. They uninhibited. You know what I'm saying? They could express themselves or they can live their life a certain way without inhibitions. And I kind of feel that from you, even though I don't know you that well, but I kind of feel it from you. You running around, you skating around the neighborhood. You just kind of give off that energy. And so I just threw that out there and I was right. Inshallah. I'm a Libra. I'm the scales.
So you're like now.
Huh?
Isn't your birthday coming?
Yes, in October. October, my birthday will come, and guess how old I will be?
No ages.
I will be 50 years old.
How old do you think I am?
26,
Thank you.
30.
Lady never reveals her age.
Oh, she's not gonna
I'm
say.
ageless and cageless.
Inshallah. We're having a really nice discussion here, man. 30 minutes every Saturday at the Garbage Gallery. I didn't have an idea I have a guest, but see how Allah works? Inshallah. He made me set up the set. I didn't know you was gonna come, right? He had no idea. We didn't plan this. I said, just because last Saturday I did my 30 minutes over there facing out the window so they could see outside and everything. But this Saturday I was like, we set up over here with the backdrop. And look, I had a guest came through. We in the building. I'm gonna let you take it away and let you talk a little bit longer.
What do you want to talk about?
Whatever you want.
I don't know.
It's just open. It's an open mic.
I am so tired. Yeah.
What you been doing all day?
Well, yesterday I did a performance art piece by NYU. We kind of got foiled by the rain, but we still did it. We were washing away like all the ideologies.
Was this the one with the signs on?
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. That's when I met you guys.
Oh yeah, we were coming home from that. We my friend and I and a whole bunch of other people, I think, oh my god, I think the guy who was running it is from Brazil. No. Maybe. I think Brazil.
Yeah. Okay.
Um,
So that kind of.
and he's done projects like this before, but 10 of us all got painted white with swastikas all over us. And then we were supposed to go to Washington Square Park, but the rain. As soon as we got out the door, the rain just like pelted us. And we were wearing these umbrellas because we couldn't walk around like that.
Right.
We had to walk around with these umbrellas and like trash bags around it so nobody could see us. But as soon as we got out, the rain hit and was like coming through the umbrellas and we didn't want to get wet. So we're like, ah! We had this little hole and just, ugh. And then we had to go back inside. We ended up doing it right outside the building.
We got 5 minutes. What I want you to do with the last 5 minutes is plug yourself, your web pages, your social media. Like, where can they see some of your
www.queenofloveandhope.com. On Instagram, it's at Queen of Love and Hope. It's not like / Queen of Love and Hope on YouTube, but if you go to YouTube and search Queen of Love and Hope, there's videos there. Facebook is Queen of Love and Hope. That's it.
You want to give them any way they might could contact you if you collaborate or if you're available?
Just any of those, like find me on Instagram or Facebook, Queen of Love and Hope. It's very easy. Yeah. So, but I wanted to say something about yesterday. Now, then, yeah, the hustle life, right? Hustle life, because like art, sometimes you do all these projects and it's not really funded, so you have to do all the hustle on the side. And so I worked 2 jobs. I ended up getting 2 jobs last night. So I worked from I did this thing from 9 to like 4:30. I came home, got all that paint off me, and then went out and helped clean. And then I did an overnight breakdown thing for a big event in the city. So I worked again from 8 to 7 a.m.
What nationality are you? Pretty blue eyes.
Nobody knows.
No,
Does it matter?
it doesn't. But it's just curious.
Everybody is. What do you think?
I think you mix with a bunch of different things. You're mixed with a few different nationalities. Your mother is one thing, your father is something else. You have some Caucasian features, but you have a very black soul or spirit to you. So, that mix usually kind of comes out to almost being Spanish or Puerto Rican, but you don't seem like you're Spanish or Puerto Rican. So I'm assuming it's just a black-white mixture somehow, no? Way off? Indian something?
Well, I mean, not way.
Okay. So, okay, yeah. So, what's your name again?
Gravity.
Gravity in the building with your boy Sir Benny Miles, New York. You see how I do? Like, It's real 30 minutes every Saturday at the Garbage Guy. I keep my word. There's no set time when I'm gonna do the 30 minutes, but I do the 30 minutes. I'm gonna be consistent with this. If you're doing a project, you want to come and be a guest on this 30 minutes every Saturday at the Garbage Gallery, you can email me at thegarbagegallery@gmail.com. I'm also Sir Benny Miles New York on Facebook. I'm the real Sir Benny Miles on Instagram. I got so many pages. Of course, I got the before becoming mayor of NYC because I'll be running for mayor of New York City in 2021. So we staying busy. I'm documenting all of this, you know what I'm saying? And I want people to see the real me and the artistic side before I really get into the campaign. And so this whole year is going to be a regiment of mind, body, and soul, just polishing that all up. So I have a nice glow in about a year time of doing 1 year of righteous days consecutively. So that's why I try to stay here away from so many things. And in that 1 year, you're going to see I'm going to have this phenomenal glow. And after that, I'm really going to start the hardcore campaign. But by then, people will feel like they know me personally. Like, I feel like all these candidates, they just show us the politician side. Like, they don't have a human side. And I think that's so phony that I'm thinking all these things that I'm gonna do, I'm gonna just really show myself as a real person. But then you'll see I really have serious ideas. I really have a serious vision of where New York City needs to go. I'm studying all the history. So now I know how my future ideas are connecting with the past history of New York City. And that is the tradition of New York City. Do you know the tradition of the tradition of New York City is the future? We're the only place where the tradition is embedded in the future or projecting forward rather than backwards. Everything else that has a tradition is linked to something in the past. And New York's tradition is we always evolving again to something new, right? So that's what it is. We at with the time. 9:30, yo, look at that. 9:30, 30 minutes every Saturday at the Garbage Gallery. It's your boy Sir Benny Miles, my new friend right here, Gravity, right? I'm sure y'all probably going to see some collaborations. We were discussing collaborating on some stuff, right? And yeah, your friend, what's your friend? Let's plug her. Heather.
Believe in chocolate.
Believe in chocolate. That's what it is. Believe in chocolate, Heather. I'm gonna be. I think my energy is attracting all of the artists. I have an energy. I've been feeling a lot of people attract towards my energy, and so I'm going to be introducing y'all to a lot of the new artists. We are the new generation of artists. You know, when Basquiat was out, there was a generation of artists. Basquiat. Remember Basquiat? You don't know Basquiat? Gentleman that made this. I mean, I altered it so I could use it, but he painted this skeleton thing. But Basquiat is like, he's the biggest black artist that's out there. You need to really go and Google him and look him up and watch some of his videos. But you know Andy Warhol, right? Andy Warhol was so influenced by Basquiat. When he was at the end of his career, he was kind of like, felt like he was out of energy, out of inspiration. He met Basquiat and got back into it. This guy was so, it's like he paints and looks like kids painting, but the energy that's in those things, they sell his paintings for hundreds of millions of dollars right now at Christie's and these auction houses. But we're the new generation. Basquiat was around Madonna and Fab Five Freddy and all these people back in his time. And now y'all seeing Sir Benny Miles with Gravity, with Sit Your Chocolate, Believe in Chocolate. Believe in Chocolate. It's going to be a lot more, trust me, because I'm so spiritual and I know it's all written already. So I just go on the inshallah, but I can feel it as I'm going. There's a lot of great things about to happen. And trust me, we're not going to be no starving artists. The money's coming so heavy. He just want us, he's conditioning us on what to do with the money. Me, I'm going to get enormous sums of money that I'm just going to give it away. Cause I realize you don't need money to live like a king. You just need the respect and the love of your village. And if you've done enough for them, they'll build you a castle. They'll make sure you well taken care of. Whatever you want, they're going to make sure you have it. So you don't need the money. You just need the love and respect of your village. That's right. You know what I mean? So we why you should tune in next Saturday. Maybe you come next Saturday and do some more. I don't know if you want to. If you want to. Next Saturday you could bring chocolate with you. Believe in chocolate. That's the name on Instagram. Y'all can look her up. Her name is Heather. But tune in next Saturday. It's gonna be another interesting episode. As you can see, it's unscripted. It's very ad lib. So it's real. And right here, brought to you, presented by the Garbage Gallery, hosted by your boy Servany Miles. Peace. You want to say something?
Bye.
Yeah, that was loud.
Have a lovely night.
That was loud. Gravity. Ah, I didn't know it was gonna come out so fly like that.